And we are good to go. So let's go down to Chris Boyd.
Yes, and welcome to the podium press conference for the Monster Energy Supersport TT1 at TT 2017. Our podium today, in third place, Trooper Beer Triumph's Peter Hickman. Our runner-up, JG Speedfit Kawasaki's James Hillier. And our winner, MD Racing's Yamaha. We need to be quite quick because obviously sidecar race about to go, Peter. But that's 2 days, 2 podiums.
Well, after yesterday, I realised how comfortable these seats are and how nice you people are in here, so I figured I'd come back.
Cracking run. Only sort of 7 fish down on the first lap.
Yeah, typical me, steady away. Bit like not getting up this morning for the interview I was meant to do and things like that. I tend to take a little bit of time to get going, and the weather obviously wasn't brilliant overnight, and I was a little bit cautious under the trees. The marshals did a mega job actually in the first couple of laps just to show us where the rain is or where the water is on the tarmac, but always kind of plays with your head a little bit when you're running under the trees at 160 mile an hour. It wakes you up once you think there's some water about, so just steady away like I was yesterday in the Superbike race, but as soon as I got going, felt really good, and the bike was working absolutely mega, you know, so all credit to the team, the boys and girls that have put me here. Is makes a big difference.
Was there a conscious push on from lap 2 once you'd assessed the conditions?
Yeah, once I'd done the lap 1, I kind of felt really comfortable and I knew everything was running right, so just wanted to try and just be deadly accurate, you know. That's the big thing around here, especially on the little bikes, and I'm not the best on the little bikes, to be quite honest. I've hardly ever ridden them, so in fact the first 600 I ever properly rode was in 2015, so it's steep learning curve. I keep trying to ride it like 1,000, it definitely doesn't work, so I have to remind myself I've got to do things a bit different and run different gears and brake a lot later, so yeah, I'm just getting used to it more than anything.
And how was traffic from a start number 10?
Actually all right, to be quite honest. Dean was always going to be fast anyway, so I knew he wasn't going to be a problem. I'm not sure if he stopped or something fairly early on, but didn't really catch too many people. Connor, I think, Brooks, and also Gary Johnson. That was about it. That's all I saw.
And that allowed you really to get clearest road on the last lap and do the fastest lap of the race?
Yeah, was it fastest lap of the race? Was it on the last lap? So yeah, mega.
1:26.8.
Oh, not too bad. That's my fastest 600 lap anyway. So no, it's good. Really good. And I say the bike was working so well, and once I was happy with where all the wet patches and damp patches were, and then I just got my head down and did what I could.
And a good result for the team, obviously.
Absolutely mega, you know. So all credit to the Smiths Racing team and Trooper and Iron Maiden that have been sponsoring me now for 3 years. It's absolutely brilliant. And
any changes you can make for race 2?
Be faster on lap 1. I think that's about it, really. Pit stop was quick again. The boys did a mint job, and yeah, definitely.
Congratulations on a double podium already.
Thanks a lot.
TT 2017. And for James, wow, so close yesterday, and then here we are back on the podium, 10th podium at the TT.
Yeah, I'm happy with that. You know, yesterday is trying to forget about it, and today is a new day. And to be honest, I went to bed last night not really thinking about today. I didn't think we'd be racing, looking at the weather forecast. So probably slept a bit better than I may have done, but I can't grumble. Bike was amazing, and we've hardly touched it. Not that we've done a lot of practice, but we found a real good setting with that bike now, and it's working well, and got good faith in it. Although I was sort of riding by the pit boards and looking after on the last lap, because you're always kind of paranoid of something silly going wrong, but probably lost a bit of time being a bit too safe through some of the wet sectors, but it's so easy to make a silly mistake in those, especially lap 1. You don't quite know what you're riding into, so have to ride clever really, and keep thinking. And yeah, I mean it's always nice to pull in that enclosure at the end of a race for sure. And
you say you're taking it fairly cautious at the start, but you led right through lap 1.
Yeah, no, well, yeah. I mean, you're riding blind, you're going by the flags, but obviously there's flags can't tell you quite how wet or dry a section is. It was patchy in places, so and the track also continued to change throughout the race. It was but I enjoyed it. It's so nice to ride a 600 round after wrestling the Superbike yesterday for 6 laps. That's ripping your arms out, your eyeballs are spinning round, and that's tough. So it was actually really enjoyable, that race.
Well done, congratulations.
Thank you.
Michael, 14 TT wins now, brings you level with Mike Hailwood, one of the all-time legends, obviously, and really got the hammer down lap 2, lap 3 of that race.
Yeah, I just made a slow start for some reason. I don't know why. It's mostly if it's damp, I mostly have a bit of a do, but I think we just picked the wrong rear tyre. But we just settled in nicely, and I was P4 at one time or something. Then I just said, right, it's time to up the ante a wee bit and just caught along, and I think I seen it was must have been James, or come into the pits. I think I seen it was James. Says I'll have a go on lap 3, and then just pulled up a nice wee gap, then around 10 seconds, and then on the last lap was James says you sort of spend the whole race wondering is it okay, or don't rev it, and I just really rolled off in the last, not really rolled off, but I rolled off in the last lap to try and save everything we had. Just, I've had so much problem. Well, obviously, the bike race was as sick as a dog after it, so I just felt that try and take it as easy as I possibly could in the last lap to make it home.
Were you aware that it was James you were battling with and William through the early part of the race?
Well, I'd just seen it on the pits, I just, when I came into the pit, they sort of told me what was going on, and I just, for some reason, it just didn't click. For some reason, the chassis was moving around a little bit, and it was pretty nervous, if I'm honest with you. It's not normally like that in the 600. It's mostly big bikes where they move around, but yeah, we just held tight and just pushed on a wee bit.
And a best of 1:26.543 on the final lap.
Yeah. No, final lap was handy to a degree. I think I got a cushion on James just about 10 seconds, and as I said, I just made sure and made every gear change, not ran deep in the dump places, sort of done what I could, and I just. James pushed it the whole way, and I was able to just, once I got a bit of a breath, then I was able to just try and manage it. But in fairness to James, fair play to him, he jumped out of the blocks now today fighting, and we had to push, but it's just great to be in here after yesterday's disappointment. It was good to be back here, and as I say, it's a long time coming. The 600 have been off the boil for a couple of years for whatever reasons what's happened, and it's nice to be back here again, and it's a few new sponsors on board, and it's their first win at the TT, so I'm delighted.
Just give us a quick word on yesterday's race. Actually, that Suzuki's got some potential in it on that opening lap. It was superb. Yeah,
it was it was nearly the impossible being possible yesterday. That's what we had sort of guided it by, come with a brand new bike, and people thought it was stupid, and we'd set off the blocks and we were all right. Going the second lap was going to have a bit of a push, and she just stopped. But sure, these things happen. If we all wrote our careers down about what we could have done, we'd have a fantastic career.
But this now really gets your week up and running, doesn't it?
Yeah, I doubt it was down the mouth yesterday, but it's the boys all worked hard, the team worked hard, pulled back strong, and this is what happens if we just stood up and made today count instead.
Congratulations, there's our podium in the Monster Energy Supersport TT. Third place, Peter Hickman. Our runner-up, James Hillier. And our winner, and now a 14-time TT winner, Michael Dunlop.